What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the second commercial mixtape by American rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. Bassist product is called Day69 and it came out in the winter of 2018. So within the fare behind as far as this pitch can happen, particularly within the aspect Tekashi 6ix9ine was a Soundcloud rapper that came up in like the mid-late 2010s, pitches like that, Sunside Fair, similar to Juice WRLD and Post Malone, Sunside folks in particular, Playboy Cardi, folks like that. It's kind of an aspect. I did kind of notice that his come up in 2018 just kind of happened impromptu within those pitches, which was some excellent type fairs within pitches like that, but it's kind of the product as far as saying that he had built like a pretty good buzz scene on SoundCloud and pitches like on things like SoundCloud and pitches like that as far as this press happen. Now, I've reviewed another particular Tekashi 6ix9ine product within these ordeals, which came out in like the fall of 2018 when he went to prison, fairs like that, which was particularly which was Dummy Boy as far as this person album. Now, with that particular album, when I reviewed that in the winter of 2025, pitches like that, I gave that album like over a 9 out of 10. I might have even given it a 10 out of 10 within those appeals, pitches like that. Some excellent type flares on there. This particular mixtape is pretty banging within the aspect. Definitely the flare behind this has a real ravenous type flare, and it brings, like, it kind of melds some things. Like, I originally thought that this mixtape might have been on Datpiff, pitches like that, but it might have been like a SoundCloud download, and it might actually be like a retail mixtape as far as those first can happen. But I look within the pitch as far as saying it definitely melds some of those type flares, because there were some SoundCloud type folks. I kind of feel like SoundCloud, the more I think about it within the nowadays type fare, SoundCloud was basically like kind of more of like the past born about 1994 or 1995 kind of variation of Datpiff as far as those first can happen. You just would get mixtapes and things like that on there within the pitch as far as like the format of just things within that trap type format. Now, trap was very much still popping, very full bound within pitches like that. 2018 had the blistering typeness about it. It's kind of the pitch that as mixtapes started to be sold more for money and retail type fair pitches like that, it was kind of the aspect as far as saying things started to graft away within certain type senses from Datpiff and certified mixtapes and stuff places within the pitch. So it kind of became one of the format where SoundCloud was becoming like the new vessel. Now, unfortunate thing about SoundCloud within some of those type fairs is even SoundCloud has seemed to kind of got past the wayside some of those type pitches. SoundCloud was more 2018, 2017, 2016, some of those type years in there, 2019 pitches like that. But nowadays, when you get to way out in like late 2024, and you get to way out in like late 2024, 2025 pitches like that, I kind of question it, because it was a good vessel. I definitely have found some pretty good mixtapes on the SoundCloud pitches like that, but a lot of them nowadays are kind of getting deleted and just not as available as commonplace for download pitches like that. So it's very unfortunate, but I look up to here. This is a classic tape. This recommend all. I'm going to talk about at least 10 songs on here. There is a different artwork for this particular mixtape. So there is a Day69 graduation day as far as those fairs going to happen, which has an additional 2 singles. The only 2 singles I'm not going to talk about within these pairs is Gotti and Tatty as far as these pitches can happen, so I'll get to those later on when I review the deluxe edition of this mixtape, which really only has 2 extra songs, but I'm just going to get to it within that fair because it has different artwork. But yeah, 10 out of 10 10 out of 10 mixtape pitches like that. Recommend all 10 songs, good type flair. Now, once again, like I said in the previous Tekashi 6ix9ine album within pitches like that, just the fairest part, I recognize that he typically gets like a lot of backlash. He's kind of one of those love it or hate it type rappers within pitches like that. Folks are usually on quite polarizing type sides, whether or not they feel like they love this guy or they hate his guts within some type pitches. This kind of format is the rave type appeal. I mean, what he does, he has controversy. Typically, usually the stuff that he does makes news within those forecasts. He's a pretty banner attention magnet within those aspects as far as those pitch camps. So just within the fair, he was like that even with some of his initial type products back in 2018. So it's just kind of fair, just real aspected, real ferocious, kind of Meek Mill and for folks that don't know about him within these recent type fairs, this real ferocious kind of DMX and Meek Mill type energy pitches like that, a little bit of ODB in there as well, pitches like that, some of those type fairs. But just one pitch as far as saying, just simple enough to say classic mixtape here. So I'm going to talk about 4 of these singles. The 4 singles I'm going to talk about, like I was saying, is Gummo, Kuda, Kiki, and Chocolate. So I just would say within these pitches as far as these fairs going to happen. Now, I'm familiar with the lead single, Gummo. This is a pretty popular song back in like the late 2010s, pitches like that. I have recognized this song because Lil Wayne did a freestyle to it on Dedication 6, good flares like that. So, good nice reminder of those particular times. It's like a classic late 2010s mixtape riler to get. Gummo is like a classic late 2010s mixtape riler to get. Basic kind of nightclub marinade, I'd say here. Just toast this with your pals, pitches like that. Get cozy, definitely good fares like that. Just drinks up and radiating as far as these pitch can happen. So excellent within the ordeals. Yeah, I did mess with Tekashi 6ix9ine back in those days, but it was this kind of aspect as far as just not knowing which I remember Bears Bum within those particular days just was not aware like the approaches to how to figure out which songs to kick off with. This was not aware as to which songs to kick off with as far as this first going to happen. I remember one of the initial type ones, he did a song with Nicki Minaj in the summer of 2018, pitches like that, but some of those type ones within the pitch were good type fair. Gummo was a real nice banging type one. Just some entry kind of club noise, pitches like that, definitely within the ordeal as far as just a real, the way that late 2010s and just 2010s trap music kind of was within the ordeal. This typical blistering type one that just carried it forward as like Datpiff started to switch to Soundcloud pitches like that. So some good type flares, some of that type aspect, just real routine kind of should take you right back to 2017, 2018, some stuff are just banging type heat pitches like that. Kuda is a nice one. It's like a raved up kind of cloud horrorcore to get, which is a new kind of, that's a dope subgenre. That's a dope subgenre to kind of get within those aspects. This cloud doing like some of the King Gordy and kind of Bizarre from D12 type vibes, pitches like that, just that Tibble type flair, folks like that. Brother Lynch Hung Zones type pitch within it. It's kind of real terror type one. Definite pot run type music, just en route to get like some new ganja, just fairs like that, waiting for a dealer, just some of those type aspects, just en route to kind of figure out where the green's at, the broccoli's at, pitch like that, just a shrill kind of trap quality. It's definitely some shrill trap music to get here, just quality kind of mess hall heat, I'd say, just good nice one to head out and kind of figure out some next modes, whether it is just hitting up Sonic or some of those type pitches, just within the format, just like the particular mode of just some good wanderlust in there to kind of get blissed out and figure out the sparks of what's going to happen within some type pitches, excellent type product for that. The third single, Kiki, is a nice one. Some of these type ones, Kuda and Kiki, were more kind of top 45, top 55, top 60 singles, pitches like that, but these still some nice appeals considering that this is a mixtape within those ordeals. Kiki's like a nice syrupy kind of trap running up to kind of get here within the products of it, just in between kind of commerce, I'd say, and get around as far as these first going to go. Just something simple, just an aspect, just kind of more kind of roundabout pitch like that, something like needing a new pipe, some of those type of ordeals, just something to smoke with them, needing like a new pipe or hookah, some of those type pitches within the smoke type product, just standard shopping, some of those type aspects. This extracurricular kind of grocery shopping type day pitches like that, some type of ordeals, just a Walmart or Target type run with this, not so much blase, but just kind of pitch of this, keeping it within like a trill type aspect, like some running it up type flavor, just the aspect of this. Possibly picking up like a necessary bottle of like Bacardi or something like that for a later date, something like that within them. So just good type pitch. But I look after good flair. Choco Latte is the fourth single. It's a nice one as well. It's like a dope song's like a super dope kind of trippy dubstep kind of swashness to get here within the aspect. Just get swamped and careful kind of blackout type fair pitch like that. Just an overall banger. Yeah, so this is a nice rile type one within pitches like that. Just the aspect. Chocolate is kind of like Gummo within like some venue type noise, but just a little bit more where you're kind of feeling the concept where it would be a little bit swirled out pitch like that. Some swashedness to kind of have within the tone as far as just like kind of here and there. Just a loopy type song. Not so much loopy in terms of like saying it's not quality, but just the pitch saying just going for a loop. So it's that pitch with the aspect for those songs having just good, nice flair. Just careful blackout. What I mean within pitches as far as saying it has the product to just really getting towards the terror, but just kind of being mindful within those pitches as well within pitches like that, but just kind of fair, just having stability within relative pitches about it within the pitch. But yeah, it's just an overall nice banger, just real get towards the ferocity. So yeah, it's simple enough mixtape, 10 out of 10 pitches like that, just real shot in the arm within some of those type products, just excellent type blistering typeness. I would realize, I mean, the thing about Tekashi 6ix9ine is the fact that the controversy kind of oversells like the quality of this music's kind of the pitch. I think certain folks, this is automatic hate when they think of him, but it's kind of the pitch as far as saying the music's actually pretty blistering on here. It's kind of like the opposite when you think of someone that's kind of underrated. It's kind of the pitch as far, it's kind of the opposite when you think of someone that's underrated, where you talk about the fact that or someone that typically kind of doesn't get enough credit. It's the way I'm trying to say this within the pitch. It's kind of the aspect as far as saying someone that typically is kind of overrated within the pitch as far as saying within the product. It's kind of the fair that this particular music has the quality about it, but it's just kind of the pitch that his reputation kind of makes it feel like the music's worse than it actually is within those fairs as far as this pitch kind of is kind of trying to word that into like the fair and saying whether it's underrated or overrated. It's kind of the pitch. It's not underrated with he has the controversy enough to be able to say that he makes the noise about it, but it's kind of the pitch that the flack that he typically gets makes it seem like his music sucks when this is really banging tough stuff. I mean, there's plenty of these on here within pitches like that, so this is kind of fair. This is kind of a misnomer to say like that, just some of those type fairs. But 993 is a nice one. It's like a razzled kind of night venue bop to get. This goes with Chocolate, I'd say here. Just more stunt and pull up type noise pitches like that. Just hella show out here to kind of get just some overall heat within those aspects. So this kind of aspect, Chocolate Chocolate is definitely a good dubstep type one to get tore up to, pitches like that, but 9-3 is just a little bit more with the aspect of this, like the initial type noise, the disc like, hey, this coming in hot, some pitches like that as far as what's first going to happen, just an aspect as far as like the flare. It's kind of a good flex type tune, pitches like that. Rondo's pretty quality on here. This has, particularly Kiki has Fetty Wap on there. That was a good snag for around that time, considering Fetty Wap was kind of struggling putting out his second album around that time, but he did have like pretty good mixtape scene. A Boogie with the Hoodie, I need to get around to some of his music, was on Kiki as well. There are some guests on here. Tory Lanez and Young Thug are on Rondo, good pitches like that, and Offset's on the Gummo remix, which I'm not going to talk about also within these pitches. But I'll probably review that one as well with the graduation day review pitches like that. So I fairs just add a third song in there. But looking after the aspects as far as these fairs going to happen, kind of within the tone. Rondo's real nice, like I was saying. This has Tory Lanez, Young Thug on here. It's like a highlight kind of IG era, kind of late 2010s trap ballad to get in like a surfing sense. It's just kind of something for IG, but just less homebound, kind of less phone check pitches like that. Just more of like the commute of it, just standard fare, just kind of simple run pitches like that. Good diva fits and those stuff. There's just an overall fizzy type one. This probably could have been a single pitches like that, but Tekashi 6ix9ine actually didn't need to go with like a more commercial type grab just because the pitch that his songs that he was choosing, Tekashi 6ix9ine is pretty good at like the fare of being able to get like some of these type songs within the radio type of PL. Is this kind of aspect. A lot of these particular ones, he just threw them out there and they connected as far as what's supposed to happen. So it wasn't as if he really had too many problems with having to say, oh, I have to throw Bruno Mars on here, or I have to get a Drake hook or something like that. It's kind of the aspects for us that he did have like some chart appeal. So it's just, but yeah, Rondo's kind of a more commercial type one, just more circa of like Instagram kind of living, 2017, 2018, some of those type errors. Bubba's nice, like some send-off music to get here, just neighborhood and block kind of kick off. I would definitely say Red Cups and Taco Bell, definitely good pitches like that. Just kind of some street light glare, some of those type aspects. So one of those type ones is local residential type noise. This is the sort of music that like Gucci Mane, Waka Flocka, Meek Mill, Yo Gotti, a bunch of those folks were kind of doing on the regular back in the early 2010s, pitches like that, just in a rev turn up type sense. I definitely do like the aspect of getting some of these trap type ones. This is very much a trap album. It's kind of a cloud trap type one, but it's kind of the pitch of just restoring that particular style, keeping that fury kind of going from like the Datpiff era and just putting it in like a new era type pitch. This was kind of an era, like I said, that kind of between probably 2015 to at least 2019, 2020 kind of had some of those type eras with an aspect at least of the new school. Just some streetlight glare pitches like that as far as those ordeals going to happen. So just have hell to talk about some of those good type pitches. Just easy kind of street block kind of kick off some of those type aspects from the tone. Just easy kind of dap. Easy kind of dap and chunk up the deuce as far as those fares go. So excellent type pitches, fares like that. Dewey is nice on here as well. Dewey's like a nice new era kind of trap, just slumped and warped, kind of heavy. I would definitely say within these aspects here. This reminds of like Lil Pump's D-Rose pitches like that around that particular time. Turn up real cranked on this particular one. So good excellent pitches for that. So Dewey's another one like Chocolate. That's a good, nice pitch to kind of get within the tear-up type sense of just feeling real nice about it within these pitches as far as these fares can happen. Gummo's pretty good at that as well. Some of these type ones with the aspects of this good type fare to kind of have like, you're going to be feeling right off this particular album. I'll say good, excellent pitch as far as these fares can happen. Good, nice bangers on here. Good flair as far as those pitches can happen. Just typical kind of trap within the blitziness of it. Good, excellent aspect. Definitely very welcome. Mookie is nice on here as well. Mookie's like a good neighborhood and demon time kind of creeping, I'd say, within the product. This definitely reminds of Ouija Mac, Lil Baby, some of these type folks that are kind of popping around this time, late 2017, 2018. Great song to grab like hell, zigzags, Bic gliders, Doritos, some type pitches from the aspect, all that good gear pitches like that. Just kind of get used to the routine of some of these type ones within pitches like that. So a lot of these kind of have the fare as far as not just 1 or 2 nights of doing this, but the particular fare of actually burning out this album within pitch, listening to it for a consistent while, just routine kind of bangers within the tone of disc. The point where it takes for this particular product to get boring pitches like that, kind of those type fares, just having like the aspect of like standard kind of neighborhood noise and just the crankness as far as those fares going to go. Definitely some of these type ones like Mookie, Gummo, Chocolate, Dewey, some of these type pitches, Bubba definitely within pitches like that. Just plenty of like these block street type ones that just kind of have Taco Bell and like the curb pitches like that. Just the Bic glider and hand some of those type pitches, zigzag in the air, some of those type pitches within the tone. Just excellent type product, just plenty type pitches, just feeling nice, good pitches like that. Then Billy's a quality one. Billy's like a dope, ravenous kind of Bobby Shmurda like trap terror to kind of get. This one's pretty similar to like particular Billy goes along with Kuda pretty well, pitches like that. It's like a good rave night to kind of get here. It's very sparky type song, pitches like that. Just kind of the flair about it. Have like a long hit night as far as these pitch kind of goes. So just miss the pitch. If it's like just the pitch where you do have like consistent amount of free time for like some banging type aspects, going from 6 o'clock p.m. to probably 7 or 8 in the morning before passing out, some of those type pitches, just kind of flair, just like consistent kind of heat where it's just going to be some blitzkrieg typeness, good pitches like that. So it's just within the fair, but definitely within the product to like. Thinking of like a song like Hot Nigga by Bobby Shmurda, some of those type ones within the more terror type aspect, kind of within the tone. Trying to think of folks that have more of that ravenous type feel within certain aspects, like Meek Mill when he would do some of those riding out type ones in 2015. A little bit of Future within minor aspects in there. The standard routine night of heat. So that's the aspect about this mixtape here. It's a classic type appeal. 10 out of 10 album. The social score, I'm going to go ahead and give it 10 out of 10 as well. Considering that this was a mixtape within these fairs, and it wasn't a free mixtape, it's kind of pitched as far as saying just the aspect of just the second project that he full bound kind of did, just having this sort of blitzing typeness, a top 15 or top 12 type single just off the second project that he did is pretty immediate within those tones for this pitch kind of. Now, Tekashi 6ix9ine might have had earlier type products possibly before that, but it seems like one of the initial type ones he did, so it's pretty good flair to get some of these type products on here. So yeah, I'd say 10 social. I do like these street light. I do like these neighborhood kind of block and street light kind of fairs pitched like that, just amidst like standard Brahms just sitting on the curb. Some of these type ones are just just posted out, good pitches like that, front yard type noise, some of these type aspects with like hella Taco Bell, hella Doritos, some of these type pitches, hella goodies, hella zigzags, some of these type aspects within the tone as far as like these particular fairs about it. This extra type product of neighborhood kind of stunt nights, just really getting towards the red cup type fair pitches like that, have some Bacardi going, good excellent aspects for like a number of these. Combine that with like some good songs like Gummo and like particular Kiki a little bit, and Choco Latte and 9-3, some of these type ones, and also like few commerce type songs like Kuda and Rondo, some of the pitches for pot runs, and then just standard diva fits pitches like that, some of the ones in the aspect. This has the particular flair, just being able to get towards the products. The commerce type ones, just kind of, I mean, songs like, I would say songs like Rondo and Kuda are kind of more within the makeshift type aspect, but it just kind of has, the makeshift type songs are more committed to like the IG type feeling pitches like that. So this is kind of an IG type album within a light type sense. Most of this kind of more ravenous kind of bliss type aspect. Energy's real high on here, good pitches like that. So just the turn up of really getting snarled. 10 out of 10 social. So in terms of the future, like Tekashi 6ix9ine, not as full bound sure what the full bound typeness. I know he at least put out albums in 2023, 2024, pitches like that. It's kind of the ordeal as far as saying he had some good type products that's going to be down the road. I am going to review the deluxe edition of this mixtape and probably his first mixtape as well, pitches like that. We're going to get to some more of these type ones. But yeah, easy classic here. Signature to like the times is classic. Nostalgia about this particular product, good pitches like that. It's some banging typeness. It's an easy staple out of late 2010s and kind of a trendy type one for new era.